welcome back to an actual crystal clear podcast where you can actually hear what I'm saying. I'm Ben.
Of course we can hear what you're saying. We're actually here now.
I'm Ben. Introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
I'm Luke. I thought
Luke.
you said I'm Ben. Introduce myself. I was like,
What?
what?
And welcome back. I'm back after 2 weeks. You don't have to put up with Ryan
3 weeks.
anymore. 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
I think it's like
4 weeks.
3
actually.
weeks. I think.
Either way, I'm back. We've got
You're
loads
back,
of.
baby.
I'm back. Boom, baby. I'm back. And we've got loads of video game stuff to go over. In a nice, hot, sweaty England.
You said that before you left it.
It was hot and sweaty. It's hot and sweaty now. Over the past couple of weeks, Ryan and Luke have been doing the filler episodes, we're going to call them.
Filler?
Not part of the main season, the main shebang, which is fine. It's we just means
You left me to nurture the baby.
no, yeah. And you took it through a house of burning flames. So it's all right. We'll put things back on track. What have you got for us this week?
Switch.
Yep. Everyone knows what a Switch is.
Yeah, no, but the Switch Lite.
Mm-hmm.
We have had some information regarding the pre-order is now available and some prices as well.
Yeah? Is there anything else more?
You're staring
to
at my cat. So, it's available in the US for just a standard console loan. This is for $199.99.
Mm-hmm.
Which is...
And then obviously you've got a plus tax on top of that, which is different per state over there. But so it's
Yep.
around about probably 200 to 220 sort of dollars.
Yep, that is $100 less than the standalone console, but of the standard edition. So there is a cost, quite a sizable cost difference for the cheaper the light model. So
I mean, it's this obviously all of these big news. This big bit of news for the Switch Lite came out while I was away, it was quite cool when I was reading about it and whatnot. I mean, it's like you said, it's a great way to save. I mean, the whole point of the Switch is that you can switch it. I'm one of those weird people that mainly play my Switch on a TV. I don't particularly like playing handheld consoles. Don't know why. When I'm lying in bed, playing on a games console is something that I'll do if I've got a TV in my room rather than handheld. I drive myself. I don't do much transport. And then when I do, even on holiday, I took my Switch with me. I've only played probably about...
You're on holiday.
Yeah, it's not the point. But besides that, I still even on the plane flight back, it was still 10 hours. I didn't even touch my Switch once because I just don't like playing video games when I'm uncomfortable. And mobility for me is uncomfortable.
Planes aren't comfy.
Yeah. I mean, the most I use my Switch outside of its dock is only when I'm away on like family gatherings and I don't want to talk to people because I'm an antisocial shit. So this is great for someone else.
A younger generation.
A younger generation, because
more.
I do believe that I'm actually part of the minority here, in the sense that most people, not ethnically, I mean, for the most part, people that are playing this, I believe, are playing it a lot more handheld than you probably ever would have thought, which is great for them. And if you are, then this might be a good option for you. But you do lose too many capabilities.
Yeah, the Switch, the fundamental thing was just the capacity to switch between the two.
Yeah.
And I feel, while yes, having a handheld version is nice, I don't feel, especially for me and you, that it warrants enough for a whole second console.
Yeah, I mean, but if you want to look at it in a certain sense, is like they were saying, this is then a cheaper option. So the kids that want it at Christmas, it becomes more readily available for other people. And
Parents
Nintendo
will want
sales
this.
are doing really well. They're catching up to, if not they're catching up to Xbox, not overtaken Xbox at all. But this will help push their sales quite a lot. And it's a completely different demographic of people. It's for a different pay bracket. It's a third of its price it's losing, which is a lot of money.
Parents want their kids to have this rather than using the TV now. But the Switch is good, but I want them off my telly.
But those parents cannot appreciate Mario Party enough. There are some... Nintendo has some amazing games that are always party-based and whatnot. The moment that the parents get a whiff of those, when it's on the small screen, you know that those are the parents who go, oh, well, you can't put it on the big screen, that's not very good. And then that kid will look up at his parents and go, you bitch.
You cheap ass
You
bitch.
cheap ass bitches because of you. So,
and you can't even change it. Like we said this earlier, do you think it will have capacity to be docked? It just doesn't come with the dock.
yeah.
Apparently, nope. The Joy-Cons are attached. There is no dock capacity whatsoever. So you couldn't then change your mind 6 months down.
Yeah, some of the... It's a safer bet, really, to go with the full Switch, where you can do both. I would say, personally, I think that's more of the way to go. But again, this is obviously a monetary thing and whatnot. Some of the designs of the new Switch controller the new Switch console looks really cool. I quite like how it integrates the controllers into it. However, again, this is another problem that then arises if you want to play a game where it needs HD rumble, where you need to be moving it about, and it can affect how you play the game and this, that, and the other. So, say for example, Mario Party, you're not really gonna be able to play that at all because it needs you to move the things around, which is a bit of a shame. But
what do you think about the what I'm calling the Nintendo Switch Heavy, the extra battery one?
yeah, that's just ridiculous.
It's an extra couple of hours, which I appreciate. An extra hours is quite a bit, but it's still not going to make me go out and buy another one.
No, it's just not for me. Again, it's not worth a new console. It's a great opportunity for other people that need it, for people that want those extra few hours of battery
people
life.
who commute by public transport
a lot more and
then,
don't get motion sick. That's another thing. I get motion sick. I went on the Star Wars virtual reality game in America, and I ended up almost throwing up all on the inside of the Millennium Falcon.
You'd have been that
so let's
kid.
be honest, I'm not exactly probably the best person to be quoting on what's a good portable handheld for mobility. yeah. So yeah, but just to end on that, it's like quite a weird one that we saw some concept designs as to how they could implement the Switch Lite into still working on the TV, and it's really annoying because I bet you they only need like some sort of cable to connect it from the Switch up to the TV still, and they're just being cheap assholes.
What is the dock? Like, the dock only is just a box that you plug other cables into it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have taken much to have a HDMI to something little.
Yeah,
micro USB.
So micro USB to HDMI with a split in it to charge it, and then you'll have everything you need. I mean, that's essentially all it is. I mean, the whole blimmin' grey box for the Switch is already...
It's just an adapter for other things you plug into it. So
it's a shame. I mean, at the end of the day, it's Nintendo's technology. They don't particularly want people to just be getting things for cheaper and for free when they've spent all of their money and stuff. So you can... I'm not saying that they're in the right, but I'm saying that I understand. Definitely. I mean, that's like the quote that we always use on this podcast. Is that we understand, but you're not right.
Epic Game Store for one.
Epic Game Store. Sea of Thieves, that's a classic example. I can
understand
understand, but you're shit. Still. Crash Team Racing's having an update. Or it's had an update, actually.
I think
that happened 4 days ago.
Yes.
Now, because it started on Monday for us, which is really weird because I was playing it on Saturday, and it said 1 day until update. So I was like, well, tomorrow, Sunday, I've got a bit of time off. I'll have a bit of a play. Turned it on.
Nope.
Still not updated. So what's the point? It's not really the end of the world. It's quite cool. You can play as Baby Crash and Baby Coco with some of the new characters you can unlock in the new Grand Prix, which is obviously just a complete rip off of Baby Mario and Baby Peach. But I'm pretty sure like that was their intention.
A very familiar bells ringing here.
And is there some new tracks as well, isn't there?
New tracks, yes. I haven't seen any of them, but they look quite good.
Anything else new?
There is new characters. There's that baby crocodile thing or dinosaur.
The baby dino. The one that you ride in. So, like
the baby tiger and the baby polar bear.
Crash Bandicoot 3, that's it. I thought the name of the main protagonist. Crash Bandicoot 3. When you ride on the green, when you ride on the green dinosaur and you ride him through the swamp and he eats the grass.
And
I don't think he eats the grass actually.
Okay.
Just continue, ignore me.
18 new unlockables by filling up the nitro gauge or something, however it is that they word it. So
Yeah.
A sizable update might get a few people back into it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the only sort of recent Activision game that I can think of that doesn't have microtransactions in it. So
It is all like play to earn, which is nice. Which
Yeah.
they could have easily done. Oh, buy
Wait.
these to get it.
Yeah.
Get it now.
which we actually do come onto that with, was it Gears of War 5?
Gears of War 5.
Yeah. So
You
take
can
us through it.
pay to unlock the characters you don't want to earn.
Which is a nice sort of touch.
No.
If you're a rich boy.
Mummy, I need to have this
Mu-
lady.
I need it now.
Fetch me your credit card.
This takes all sense of achievement away from these sorts of games. The fact that you can, like we were talking about this before, this is why we're not a big fan of loot boxes, why we're not a big fan of like how they're implemented, what they actually equate to, and what they actually mean. Like I can completely understand why loot boxes are in there for certain games, because let's be honest, EA is a greedy corporation. They want to get as much money as possible from their game. I can understand as a business practice. What they've done here, though, is they've given you the option of this unlockable character, which you can unlock in-game, or you could buy it, which is just them going, yeah, we want to give you a reason to give us your money, or maybe even get the pre-order bonus or something like that, which is already sort of a little bit shady. But then it basically says to anybody that then plays the game and unlocks them naturally, everywhere you go will be this black smudge of, oh yeah, I bet you paid for that.
Yeah, no one's going to believe it that you genuinely unlock. They'll be like, nah, he bought it.
Yeah, he bought it. Of course he did.
There should be some.
And then
there should
you
be
get
some
like
mark.
this reputation that you'll get with yourself, where it'll just sort of be like, yeah, he's he pays to win his games. How scummy is he?
There should be something, just a little icon or something on their like player tag when they load into the game that like paid for.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Mummy.
Like, Microsoft, no. EA, no. Activision, everybody knows that video gamers hate loot boxes. These normal gamers absolutely hate loot boxes because we've all been very vocal about it. It's just monetizing games. The less serious gaming people, those people, they pay for loot boxes because they don't understand how the world works and they think that living off benefits is better for them. So if that is the case, and you know this, Microsoft, why are you then...
You're basically giving people like buy a freaking end game pass.
Yeah.
Like,
just
don't want to play a game? Fine, pay and don't have to.
You're just giving away just like these obvious looks and like how like, because we don't like these loot boxes and we don't like these Bibles in game and whatnot, every single time that we see Bibles in game, we're just sort of, well, that's a little bit pathetic of you. It's like when you get like a Black Ops 4 or Fortnite or anything like that, anything with a tier system, on day one, when it all gets released and there's 70 levels, you can buy your way to the top and you get the ultimate skin when you get to the top level. So whenever you go into a game, you see that top skin at the very beginning, no one ever for the first 6 weeks will sit there and go, well, he's worked hard for that.
Nope.
They all just go,
It's
well,
been
he's
5
bought
minutes.
that.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
No one is impressed by your money.
Embarrassing. People then don't want to play with you. It does bring up a certain amount of saltiness within players, and that's not. You can call it jealousy or rage or insecurity or whatever you want to call it, or spite even.
It
And to be
devalues their
honest,
hard work.
But it does. Like, I'm not gonna. It's like, it depends on what your political views are on the UK. If you want to go to university and get a degree and you pay money so that you can earn a degree, how pissed off are you going to be if somebody 10 minutes after you goes in and gets the same degree but gets it for free? It starts to really devalue your degree, doesn't it? Devalues the skin. Don't sell skins, Microsoft. You look like a twat. We have got Destiny 2.
We do have
Shadow
Destiny 2.
Keep. Shadow Keepers is coming out. It was supposed to be coming out in September.
Keepers?
Shadow Keep. Was it?
You say keepers.
Well, okay, plural. There might be more than one. You don't know.
Shadow Keep. It's a keep, not keepers. It's not people. It's a place.
Correct me if I'm wrong when it comes out then. That's supposed to be coming out.
It is in October.
Okay, yeah, it's coming out in October now. You just completely killed it. It's been delayed a little bit.
Month or so.
Under a month, really. Because it was due out in September.
The surprising thing is just rehash the game.
This might be a show of Bungie making sure that things are going correctly.
Could be.
I mean,
or they're just really dusting off their old assets from Destiny 1 they want to bring back.
I mean, we all have high hopes for this ever since Activision left the picture. We're thinking Bungie will do a little bit better, but you do get the feeling Destiny 3 is what you want to be waiting for in that sense.
Yeah, I'll wait till they have a clean slate. By all means,
though, I'd rather a game was delayed and made better than them, really. I mean, if the game still comes out and it's still crap, then you know that if it had come out at its original release date, it would have been even worse.
Could you imagine? Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that I'm really disappointed with in that sort of sense ever is something like Kingdom Hearts 3, where they delayed and it still came out and it was like...
half polished turd.
And you're like, well, that took 12 years. That's not really great, is it? No. What else have you got for this week?
So, the next bit... Outer Worlds is coming to the Switch after the release of... when it's released on Xbox and PS4.
Do you think that would be toned down a bit?
I don't know, because this is a big game. I reckon they're trying to get like a big end game in, or like a higher capacity game in to help push their bigger console. Play this game on this console, play these games on this one, and put your babies on this one.
What are you talking about?
Right, here, you want to play Outer Worlds? Buy our big battery Switch. You want to play Mario Kart? Play it on the middle road one. You want your
that was
babies?
A massive leap where you went from...
I reckon that's what they're doing.
I was talking about like quality of the game and like because it would be like downsized because obviously a Switch is weaker than PlayStation, but you went full different. You went full direction. You're like, I'm not only turning left. I'm going to do a 720 and then jump to the left.
That's what they're going to do. They're using it as a marketing ploy, I reckon, to show what their higher capacity Switch will be able to do, and they're
heavy.
The
Switch,
Nintendo Switch heavy.
I mean, it's quite cool. I never would have expected this to be coming out on Switch.
No, I didn't. For a first-person shooter
of this sort of quality, I mean.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I can't think of many first-person shooters ever coming out on Wii. Really, I think of a small handful.
Metroid Prime.
That's 2. Of a genre of that title.
Oh right.
Was Call of Duty on Switch? I can't remember.
Yeah,
not on Switch. On Nintendo.
Oh no, it was on Wii.
It was on Wii, and there was a Resident Evil game, wasn't there? As well?
There was a couple of first-person shooter games on Wii and whatnot, but they were all they were a little bit different.
They were like on rails.
That's sort of like why it sort of surprises me that this is coming out, because you never would have expected this to come out.
Not this game anyway.
No, I'm quite happy. It's definitely something that I have to see the power of the Switch first and how it works with it, because that is I mean, it struggled with the Dark Souls port, if you remember, when Dark Souls Remastered came to Switch last year. Was a few little issues, wasn't there?
That's a very open game,
and it got delayed and whatnot, and there was obviously issues with the rendering view. And everything that works like that, and obviously they have frames per second. But they took their time and they said, look, we're sorry, it's delayed a little bit. So when it does come out, it comes out well. And it came out fine. So I reckon with Outer Worlds, you can get it on Switch. It will probably be 6 months late.
I reckon so. There's a lot of work. It's not a case of like porting it from PC to console. This is a very different type of console, and you need to make special allowances for it.
Yeah. But... It's better news than them turning around and saying it's never.
Oh, games going out on console is always good news.
So yeah. Talking of Nintendo again.
Yeah, Nintendo have been doing a lot.
Yeah. This one's not so good, or it is so good. It depends what way you want to look
at it.
It started bad,
but it's kind of good.
Joy-Cons were having issues.
Mine's having an issue. I'm actually thinking about it. Mine's a little bit.
Why? What's wrong with it?
When you scroll down, it just doesn't like quite register sometimes.
Or maybe if you contained your rage at games.
No, it was always like that from when I bought it.
Oh, from when you got it,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
broken.
It's
Oh,
not
right,
me.
okay.
I have not raged
Yes.
on the Switch.
On the Switch, no, it's only the
I don't play any Rage.
It's only the Xbox
I-
controller
only the
that gets
Xbox.
hurled at the cats.
Didn't make it to be an animal abuser.
Someone on the internet will mistake it for
Exactly.
truth.
No.
So if you are a Switch owner and you do have a faulty Joy-Con, you can now send it off to Nintendo and get it fixed for free.
Without proof of purchase or being in warranty.
Yes, because essentially what Nintendo did is they made a massive boo-boo where they knew there was an issue with the Joy-Cons
And then started charging people for fixing
and
it.
then just started charging people for fixing it,
And
which
then
is
a class action lawsuit was then mentioned quite a few times.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, backpedal.
yeah.
Everyone who's paid can get a refund and everyone else now can have it for free.
Yeah, so apparently if you have paid in the past, you will now be issued a refund via them. I've sent my
So
Switch.
where did you get yours? You had yours
I
fixed?
sent my Switch in because the battery had killed itself after 6 months.
Ooh.
So
you played too much.
joys of life, and you would think that 6 months, oh yeah, you just get your warranty back on it, sort of thing. Well, it broke after 6 months. I didn't get it fixed for 4 months, and then when I went round to sending it off, they were like, oh, because it's bought in Japan, you can't send it off to the UK. You'd have to send it off to Japan, and then you start going into the whole prices and send it off to Japan. Then the risk of it never returning, it just wasn't worth the hassle. So I ended up paying 50 quid. So if they want to refund me my 50 quid for their battery failing, they're welcome
I'd
to.
probably just bought a
it's-
new one at that point.
What, a new
personally.
Switch?
Yeah.
Well, the new battery only costs 50 quid.
Probably just put that
We're
towards
probably
a new one.
we're losing. We should continue to talk about video games.
Not your financial decisions.
Not my financial decisions.
Well, I think it's a good move from Nintendo anyway.
Yeah, and one final thing on the Switch is that EA believe that nobody wants to play EA Sports games on the Switch, which is true. Because they're never scaled properly, they don't run properly, everything's just not as well, not as smooth, not as good. So EA are basically turning around and saying, everyone that's playing all of these like FIFA, Madden, hockey, frisbee, I don't know what else, other sports
Ping pong
exist,
championship,
cricket, yeah,
Keep them over there.
yeah.
The
They're
Nintendo
at,
is...
they're at PlayStation and Xbox, and maybe PC. I don't know who on earth would play it on PC, but I'm sure somebody does. There is one guy out there.
Fantasy
I can
football league or
guarantee.
something,
Yeah, no, that's fantasy football as PC. Yeah,
Exactly.
so they're basically saying
Nintendo is for the fantasy people, the escapism and the weird and wonderful, not the shite and boring.
yeah. So one of the things that they were talking about here is that essentially is if somebody owns a Switch and a PlayStation, they're much more likely to buy it on a PlayStation. I can completely see where they're coming from. People are coming from with this. EA, I can unfortunately have to agree with you. You are probably right, and I can't blame you. The games run better on the main consoles, for one. For two, Nintendo's online is still not good.
They still don't support chat, do they?
Well, they do, just not very well.
They do. They don't. You can chat, like, was it on the Wii U? You could chat outside of games, not in during games and things like that.
Oh no, I don't even. I'm not sure if the Wii U could chat online, but with the Switch, you need to plug in a device into your Switch, and then plug that into your phone, and then you have to then plug in a headset to your phone so that you can. It just gets all complicated. I mean, even their friend system, which is all done via code mostly, and that is shit. Like, when Nintendo finally get their ass in gear, which by the sounds of it won't be until their next generation console anyway.
Seeing as we're paying for it now as well.
They really do need to sort something better out for that, because that's something that I believe a lot of people that are playing FIFA, some people that are playing FIFA, might have friends. And they might be able to play online with them for a couple of matches before one of them kills the other.
Yeah.
So, and it's really a struggle to. Besides, obviously, all the issues with blimmin' the quality and it not running as smoothly and all this, that, and the other. Besides any of that, the online on Switch is terrible.
It would not be easy to start. Could you imagine starting a match on that? Trying to pick your teams and whatnot, it would never work. Trying to start a lobby on bloody Smash is hard enough. And that's just pick your person, drag him into the ring, wait for your other person to pick a person, then drag them into the ring, and then you've got to stick the start button.
You have such an elegant way with words.
Well, that's what it feels like. It should be a nice, simple thing. Do you want to play Smash? Cool, pick character. That's right. Let's have it out. But it's
Let's-
pick him. Do that. Drag them there.
Have at it, peasant.
How about you, bastard? Yeah. No, it's not. It's a
No.
pain in the ass. So online games for Nintendo.
Rockstar's done very well at online games, though. See that
They did with the
transition?
money.
Hear that transition? That was smooth as fuck.
That was a segue and a half.
Rockstar GTA 5 has been out for 6 years now. Since the original
I remember owning it
PlayStation
on
3,
360.
Xbox 360 release. The game has changed phenomenally since then. Loads and loads of stuff to the online. It's so popular that even when Rockstar released Red Dead Redemption 2 last year, everyone still plays GTA 6 online rather than Red Dead Redemption 2. So you can sort of see where I'm going with this. It's very popular, super great. Obviously, as with any game, over time it does start to get quieter.
Yep.
That's just a given.
People get bored. It happens.
It happens. You can only do the same thing over and over again. There is some funny stuff on the internet that you can see from GTA 6 and still more and more funny stuff that's been happening. However, what has happened recently is that they released a gambling mode for GTA 6 where essentially you can
Do you
buy...
mean 5?
5. GTA 5. You can buy in-game currency. So say, for example...
Like the shark cards.
So like the shark card. So let's say, for example, you could buy $1,000 in the game and it will cost you a $5 in real life. So microtransactions, everyone just seems to brush over Rockstar with their microtransactions. But anyway, that'll be another topic for another day. So they allow you to buy, say for example, $1,000 for £5 in real life, but you get $1,000 worth of poker chips instead. And then what you can do is you can then gamble that in Rockstar's own online gambling system, which has got roulette.
Has this
and
got an
everything
18
like that.
plus sort of restriction on it?
Well, the whole game is 18 plus, so let's be honest.
Yeah, but parents don't give
But that's just shit parenting. You don't take away from me just because some kid.
I've said, have they put something in to specifically, like, at this part of the game, you need to prove you are 18?
No, of course not.
No, I'm surprised they didn't.
Well,
at least.
because the reason is because of that. The reason that they don't have to go that far into it is because you're not gambling real life money. You've paid for in-game money, and you're gambling with in-game money to win in-game money.
Yeah.
So at no point can you go, okay, well I've now won 2,000 in-game dollars. I've bet my 1,000, I've won 2,000. You can't then take a tenner. You can't then say to Rockstar, "No, I want a refund." And obviously,
could you imagine you could actually make money?
See, I mean, essentially, Rockstar could probably do that, but
no, they would never do that.
They would never do it. They could do it.
They could, but never.
And
the exchange rate would be shite.
Just be quiet, okay? I'm trying to tell my story. So you can do this, and you can basically gamble in the game against other people that have also bought $1,000. You gamble, you can win their money. You can then obviously use that money in game. You can't take it out of the game. It's all in game, and it's just you can now gamble in game.
Another way of making money.
And it's just getting nothing but controversy. Of course it would. People are upset. People are crying. People in the streets are burning, throwing crucifixes at the sky.
Apocalypse is in eye.
Rapture has begun because. Essentially, parents don't know how to tell their kids, no, you can't play a video game, or no, don't steal mummy and daddy's credit card and buy thousands of dollars. Just put a lock on your
It must be so hard
account.
to say those words in a sentence. Don't steal my credit card.
Don't have kids. Use a condom.
Is that the digital advert, is it?
No, right, okay. Anyways, the main point of this is the fact that whilst everybody probably already knows about this is the busiest Rockstar's online GTA 5 has been since online first got released in 2013.
Do you know what that tells me?
What?
The world's got a gambling problem.
The world's got a gambling problem. I mean, I think the world's got an obsession with... I don't understand how you can get so many people back. That must be so weird. Like,
why don't you just go to an actual gambling place and win actual money?
If they lost half of their player base, which I think would be amazing if they only lost half since it first came out.
Yeah.
If they lost half, how would they gain half back? Those half can't all be interested in
because people
gambling.
want to nick their money off their mates. That's all they want. I mean, all they want to do.
It's a good excuse. Like, oh, look, we can just. You want to want to play poker tonight, mate? Just download GTA 6, put a couple of money on there, we'll play some poker, and whoever
I
wins...
suppose it's cheaper.
Yeah, in a certain sense. It's so weird. I don't think there's very many games that can do this sort of shit.
No, because it's indirect gambling, isn't it?
I just meant like the whole pullback of gaining back all of their player base. It's absurd.
You never think it would do that, would you?
I mean, GTA 6 has been unbelievably... 5 has been unbelievably popular ever since it first came out. So... And it's just steamrolling ahead. And people are now concerned that there's going to be Bully 2 is going to be next rather than
people
GTA
are deep
6.
diving and reading all this shit.
Yeah. Like, Bully was quite a cool game. It's not my cup of tea. I mean, GTA 5's not my cup of tea. I'm not very good at gambling.
I played it, but I didn't play it properly.
What? The gambling?
No, GTA.
Oh, GTA 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not the biggest experts on what is a phenomenal masterpiece. I've played GTA 5 and I enjoyed it. But I'd prefer a new GTA 6. I like the idea of the possibilities of what they're going to do with GTA 6 after seeing what Red Dead Redemption 2 did, what they're going to do with GTA 6, because I think they must have learned from Red Dead Redemption 2 is going super hyper realistic isn't necessarily going to make the greatest game.
No. And GTA 5 was not realistic in any capacity, was it?
Yeah, which is good. Like, don't get me wrong, it was much better than like 4, where you constantly get thrown out the car window every time you crash and all of this sort of thing. So it's good in that sense. But is it going to be the sort of thing where you can only buy a drink and take it with you if you've got a cup holder in your car, or if you do drive without a cup holder, then
some people would fucking love the shit out of that, and other people would hate it.
Yeah, but it doesn't make a great video game.
No, that's like Car Simulator, then, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Not Robin Simulator.
Other than that, that's most of the news, isn't it? Have you got any major bits of information to pass on?
No, just tiny little bits for the cool down that I hope is going to rile you up.
Wind down.
Yeah.
Remember the name this time.
It's going to wind you up, though, I reckon.
Everything winds me up. I'm such a
what have you
got
for the wind down? Yes, get your nice.
What have I got? Yeah. So what have I got? I've got something extremely positive, and anybody listening that likes Final Fantasy VII will wet their knickers.
Is that you?
Because we all wear knickers. And if you're a Final Fantasy fan.
You're on my sofa.
I'm on your sofa. So Final Fantasy VII has once again stormed the headline. It hasn't really stormed the headlines. All they've done is they've shown another screenshot. But this one is of the inside of the Shinra building, and it looks pretty cool.
What's the Shinra building?
So, if you're not a Final Fantasy VII fan, there's no point in living. Unless you play it. Yeah. We shouldn't joke about that.
Fetch me my knife.
Bring me their souls. So Final Fantasy VII's Shinra building is... So, in Midgard, which is the main city that you start the game off in, Shinra is the name of the electric company, the whole company that runs the whole
like
Midgard... Not like EDF. No, they're more like the government, EDF, BT, your life, the army. They're more like the United Kingdom. They are what run the United Kingdom, if you want to think about it in that sense.
But with electricity.
Oh, just be quiet, okay?
I'm just trying to give it a real world application.
No, so they are like one of the main antagonists, sort of thing, is Shinra, and they've got a massive building in the centre of Midgar, and you can go into it, and that's Shinra headquarters, because that's how things work. And basically they've shown a shot of the lobby. It looks really cool. It just looks somewhat familiar, which is fine. I'm cool with that. It's got like the curtains or the rugs coming from the ceiling. Well, they look like rugs. Do you remember that Jackie Chan film? Rush Hour 1. Rush Hour 1, where he jumps off the building into the carpets on the ceilings and he's like sliding down it.
The wall. Is that the wall hangings?
Yeah. They're like decor. It's decorations. Yeah. It's got that, and it's got like the water fountain, and it's got the see-through plaque that says Shinra Electric Company on it. It looks exactly like you'd think it would. It's not a massive screenshot. That's what's in the wind down. It's nothing special.
It's special
like
to you.
If you could see the Hardy Daytona a little bit better, then it would be quite cool. But which is in the Shinra headquarters in the original game anyway. Not sure about this one. But it's just something to bear in mind. They're showing a little bit more every so often, little treacles. I reckon somewhere towards the end of this month, There'll be some really cool stuff. I mean, in September we've got CupoCon, which is like the Final Fantasy con of cons.
Con of cons.
Con of cons, yeah. People dress up. It's really cool. But we probably will see a little bit more there. Nothing else really other than that for
It's going to be fanboying even harder.
Final Fantasy 7. What have you got for a little bit of a wind down?
I hope this is going to rile you up. It's about Modern Warfare.
Oh, God.
They're bringing back kill streaks, and one of them will let you drive a tank.
Yeah, see, that's just wrong. So, vehicles...
So here we go, come on.
Yeah, okay. So, I'll explain how video gaming works, okay? So, video games, if you are doing well in a video game, like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, we'll use that as a main example because it's pretty simple, and you get a free kill streak, you then get a UAV, which gives you an advantage, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So the reason that something like that works in Modern Warfare 2 is you get your UAV, or you get your Harrier strike, or you get your chopper gunner, or whatnot. There is something called a counteraction to it. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong, there might be something in Modern Warfare, the new one, that can counteract a tank. However, just going off of the last one, World at War, that had tanks in it. You could only carry around with you one tank grenade, and that's not enough to destroy a tank. If you can control a tank in that, and you just drive into the battlefield and you're controlling a tank, and it takes like 5 to 6 lives to take out somebody with a tank, it's just stupid. When you're a chopper gunner in Modern Warfare 2, when you've got a Harrier jet, everybody then got like a rocket launcher, and you could destroy it. Or if it was an airstrike, you hide inside. There's a counteraction. UAV, you've got cold-blooded. You can then turn the tables back on somebody else because they'll be like, "Oh shit, I didn't even think of that." Like, there was a guy in here, and my radar said there wasn't a guy in here, but there's a guy in here because this guy has cold-blooded. Oh my, I'm a fool. I'm an idiot. See, great sort of like counterbalancing. That's how it works.
What would you say counterbalances a tank?
Counterbalances a tank.
More grenades.
It's just it destroys their console.
Bricks.
It just bricks it straight up. They're not allowed to play. I mean,
as soon as you hit the button to call in tanks, like boom.
It depends on what. Again, it does depend on like what sort of extremity this goes to. Like, I'm just going purely off of the fact that they've just mentioned tank. For all I know, is it could just be a guy in a cardboard box that says tank on the side.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Could you imagine?
That would be hilarious. And you die at the same speed as a normal soldier. Just every single time you see somebody and you press the fire button, it's just like a massive explosion. It just like kills anything in front of you.
It would be a glass cannon.
Maybe it is a glass cannon. You don't know. But the way, if you're just going to say that there's a tank, and you're just going to say
it just says you can drive a tank.
It just
if you can't fire the tank,
well, then it's going to be even stupider.
You could run them over then. And that would take skill.
But then don't call it a tank. Call it a car or an APC.
No, because you drive a tank.
An APC.
What's an APC?
Amphibious personnel carrier. Which means that it's a car, basically.
You can still drive a tank.
Yeah, but then just don't call it a tank.
That's what I'm saying. I drive a Fiat. I don't say I drive an APC.
Yeah, but you could do. And if you said I drive an APC, then I'd know what you're talking about. You can't say that.
If I said to
you can't say I'm driving a tank, and then if it comes down to it, oh no, he's driving an APC. That doesn't make sense.
So if I rocked up at work, where can I park my APC? They're not going to know I mean a Fiat 500 out back.
Well, no, because you're talking across two different terminologies. If you turned up to work and said, I'm parking my very long car because you had a limo, then they would go, okay, we've got a couple of spaces you could park that. However, in this case, they've gone, okay, he's got a super amazing ultra car that is like so long, it's unbelievable. So then everybody goes, okay, well, that's not going to fit in our car park. It's just different terminologies. You've got to get it correct. And in this case, they've said you can drive a tank, which implies that it has guns, which implies that it's going to be overpowered and it's going to take a lot of manpower to take it down.
What if you can drive
shut up, I'm talking. Right. So if that is the case, then it ruins the style of Modern Warfare. If you want to go back to the way Modern Warfare 1 and 2 used to go, and maybe even 3, used to go when everybody was playing it, when it was at the peak of its peak, that and Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, because everybody was playing it because it's nice, simplistic, fun, and it was enjoyable, where you could just run around, you could get your kills, you could get your kill streaks, there was counter actions, you could have fun, it was great fun. Don't start bringing in stupid things like tanks and flying Harrier jets and people surfing upside down on fat Pokemon or something stupid like that. It starts to get a little bit too weird. It starts to get a little bit too weird, a little bit too stupid, and it really doesn't help sell a game. And you cannot tell me until I see that this tank is an OP where somebody can just rock up and like, oh, Modern Warfare 2 did this perfectly, where they said, okay, your secondary can be a rocket launcher now to take out aircrafts. So whenever you went into a game and somebody got a kill streak that brought in an aircraft carrier or a Harrier jet or a helicopter or something, if somebody said, oh, there's a fucking Harrier jet in the air, you'd be like, well, mate, you've got a fucking secondary weapon. You bring in the fucking anti-fucking helicopter thing because you can take it out. There was no excuse for it because it was well balanced almost. And I fucking hate Call of Duty games, and I still think this is stupid.
2 questions.
Go.
Which game had where you could call in a load of dogs?
World at War.
Do you think dogs could take on a tank? Do you reckon that calling in an army of dogs would be a counterbalance to a tank?
Is this just a general question, or are we talking in terms of Call of Duty here?
In Call of Duty...
Oh, what's in, like, if there was, like, a damage limit and stuff like that?
I reckon, like, if you summoned a swarm of dogs, they could take out that tank.
I mean, realistically, no.
But do you think Call of Duty would put it in?
No. Because they like to go for the ultra high... This is, again... If they like to go for that ultra high realistic, imagine having like this massive fucking great off tank come in with like flamethrowers and extra armor plating and stuff like that, and it takes 30 bullets to destroy. Doesn't make sense.
What
if you could shoot the driver, that would annoy me even more. Because then imagine if you
you could do that in Halo.
Yeah, it's just stupid though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Halo is fine because it's got different parameters as to what it's aiming for and what it should be aiming for. This should have been a main segment. This ain't no cooldown anymore.
This ain't no
wind up. This is a wind up. Yeah, because like Halo set these parameters of to how their game is displayed and how their game works and who gets to do what, and it makes their balancing. You have an overpowered tank in Halo.
And you can punch a tank to death in Halo.
Which you can mount, destroy it that way.
Grenade it.
You can grenade it. You can shoot the driver and whatnot. You can just destroy the tank just straight off as well. You could pick up a rocket launcher around the map and it would take a couple of shots, sort of thing. There is countless ways that this works. In Call of Duty, it doesn't.
So just play Halo then.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'd prefer to play Halo. The new Call of Duties, they're just they're just not there. Even like the newest one, Black Ops 4, I can see it's getting more in the right direction. I think it's evolved more than I wanted to keep up with, and I think a lot of people would agree with me. A lot of people that used to enjoy video gaming for these sorts of things, it's not what it used to be, which is nothing wrong with it. A game's got to advance, it's got to change, it's got to do stuff differently. But that's sort of Activision's
warfare, isn't it?
That's sort of Activision's own downfall, though. If you want to release a game every year, you're gonna taint the series. That's just tough shit. That's you guys being greedy bastards. You could have Modern Warfare 1 and 2. If you released Modern Warfare 1, which got really good reception, and then didn't release Modern Warfare 2 for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, you could have still done like in betweens, done your other off puts somewhere else. Then it wouldn't be fine. But you just don't do this shit. Just don't. No.
Just don't use the tank.
Anything else you got for the wind down?
Just the last bit for the games with
games
gold
of the
and
month.
PlayStation Plus.
The games of the month.
Yep.
PlayStation's got quite a good one this month. I mean, again, it's not enough to make me want to buy a subscription because I'm just tight. But Wipeout Omega, which is Wipeout HD, the Fury expansion for it, and 2048. Those are all free this month, which is quite cool. Wipeout's quite fun. Have you ever played Wipeout? I know you're not a PlayStation. You've never been a PlayStation person, so do you know what Wipeout is?
No.
Right, so it's essentially it's like an ultra fast racer. So like think Captain Falcon sort of thing. It's like that. It's just ridiculous, like super sharp turns and stuff like that. From Super Smash Brothers?
Yeah, but what's he got to do with PlayStation?
because Captain Falcon drives really fast cars along a track. Do you know anything about video games? Have we just started this for no odd reason?
I know nothing.
Captain Falcon is drives some super fast spaceships, and they always race and stuff like that. So Wipeout is basically spaceships on a track, super duper ultra fast, and then you have to like go around like tight corners and stuff like that. And then they actually released
and they wipe out.
They then actually released a VR for it as well.
Ooh.
Which I've never played. And
vomit inducing.
I was going to say it would probably make you want to be sick. And they did say that when they released the VR for it. They're like, it isn't the most pleasurable experience in that sense.
It's going to fuck you up.
Yeah. And Sniper Elite 4 has also come to PlayStation Plus this month, or as of Tuesday anyway, which is an alright game. It's quite good, quite fun if you like those sorts of things. I mean, it's worth it just to download it and just shoot someone in the testicles.
It's a good way of trying it, because I wouldn't buy those games, but if it was there I might play it if I was.
It'd probably get you into it. I mean, this is where Games as Gold does a good job in a certain sense, because it
a little teaser into it
encourages you to snipe enemies in the testicles or in the head and watch the.
Oh, is that the one that does all the
like the slow mo and X-rays?
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Oh, okay. That I was actually quite interested in that, just because I wanted to see what it looked like. It's like the Mortal Kombat of the gun world.
Yeah, with less microtransactions.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was bad.
Yeah, and what has Xbox got?
So we've got Gears 4, bleh.
Wow. I mean, it's a big.
It's a big
game.
title.
But if you have Xbox Game Pass, you already have it. So.
Yeah, a bit of a kick in the teeth to people who've then paid for subscriptions for both the Live and the Game Pass, and you get given the games again for free.
Yep.
And it's a big pile of garbo, in my opinion. But at least people can now play it just before Gears 5.
Just before you can buy those extra skins.
And you can then buy those people as well, yeah. Then we've got Forza Motorsport 6. I don't play driving games, so I shan't be doing that one either.
Forza's actually quite good. Like, I'm not a massive racing car fan either. I've been more of a Gran Turismo sort of person, and I haven't even bought the last 2 Gran Turismos.
A fake fan.
But no, I'm more of a fan of Gran Turismo than I am of Forza. But like what I have played of Forza, they are good games. They are quite respectably good. Or am I thinking of something different?
Need for Speed.
No, definitely thinking of Forza. Anything else that Xbox get?
Torchlight and Castlevania Lords of Shadows.
So a couple of good ones as well.
Yeah, I think they've done Castlevania a couple of times now.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I think that's part of its backwards compatibility range.
Yeah, nothing like blow you out of the water. I mean, Gears of War should be a blow you out of the water.
Nothing's blowing out of the water like when they did Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
That was like, oh my god.
That's still like one of the year. Isn't it weird how backwards compatible a game that is now almost 20 years old? Oh my god, it probably is 20 years old now.
I had it on the PS2. No, I can't be 20 years.
No, yeah,
15.
it's not. It's like 16, 17 years old. That's more popular than flipping.
Because that was a good ass game.
Everything nowadays is shit unless it's PlayStation exclusive.
Just rehashed and.
As long as it's not Sea of Thieves, then anything's enjoyable. Yeah, and that's about it. As much as I've really got to say. Have you got anything more on your notes?
No, I think I've rolled you up enough for tonight.
Yeah. Don't buy Modern Warfare.
Don't
buy loot boxes and
don't buy characters.
Don't buy characters.
Don't buy skins.
Don't buy skins. But on top of that, don't play games that you can buy skins because otherwise they
earn it yourself.
Well, even if you earn it yourself, people are going to hate you. So.
Well, at least they can hate you for a good reason.
Yeah. We'll end it there.
Yeah.
So welcome back to me. I hope you've listened long enough to get to the end. We're just rattling on now. Right. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.